Slippery Rock in Bloom is part of a bigger United States initiative called America in Bloom. America in Bloom encourages towns and cities to improve the area in which they live. And this can be done in many ways. There are 6 criteria. One is floral, which is the eye-catching calling card. Get people to look at all the plants that are planted, the tulips that come up in the spring. Other ways are tidiness, encouraging people to clean up the trash, pick up after themselves, if you will, in the downtown area. And another way is environmental initiatives. One of the people in our group, Ken Bennett, worked with Butler County Recycling, and they now in the borough have recycling bins that are on wheels, not the little small ones, and making people aware of what's around them and to keep it, you know, to conserve water. We did rain barrels to help out with the watering of the plants, that kind of thing. Let's see, what other areas do we have? Urban trees. We now have a tree committee in the town who's looking, they're looking at the existing trees. They were planted 10 years ago. You'll see lots of Bradford pears downtown. The Bradford pears are ornamental trees, and their life is usually 10 to 15 years. They don't need a lot of pruning, but because they're ornamental, they don't have a lot of disease. They're disease resistant, but they don't have a long life. And so what happens is they start to die off, deteriorate, they get diseases, even though they're not prone to diseases. We're noticing that because of the 10-year span, they've got some real issues with scale. Now because of that, we start looking at what needs to be replaced, so we now have put into place a tree plan to start replacing, and typically you replace 3 in an area at a time, and you use different species for every 3. Another area is landscaping, and that goes hand in hand with the floral displays that we do. Landscaping, you look at the needs of the community, what are the environmentally, works with the environment in the sense that you use mulch that gives back into the ground, gives nutrients. We look at water, water conservation, so we plant plants that maybe are more drought resistant, so they don't need us to be watering them as much. Let's see, and another area is historical, well, your heritage, preserving your heritage for the community. And we're working with the Slippery Rock Historical Society to try to help them with getting the word out about events they have, taking pride in what is some of the buildings that we have. We're working with the mayor of Slippery Rock to identify some of the buildings in town that are historically important to the community.